Welcome to the Dr. Sky Experience, heard exclusively here on Talk Radio 77 WABC. We like to call this radio station the crown jewel of radio, the iconic 77 Talk Radio, WABC, beaming out of New York City, the nation, the world, and the cosmos, as we continue to count down the great eclipse, whether it's a partial eclipse for you or a total solar eclipse of April the 8th of this year, 2024. As we continue to talk about these great events in the world of astronomy, this particular edition, what we'll call, is the New York edition. For people listening to WABC in the New York City area, here's what you can expect for that particular day, April 8, 2024. In the New York City area, there'll be a super deep partial solar eclipse. 91% of the sun will be covered by the moon, and that eclipse begins at 2:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, with the maximum of the sun covered at 3:24 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and it all goes into the history books as the eclipse goes in reverse at 4:36 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 3:24 and 3:25 p.m., the sun will stand some 43 degrees in hopeful clear skies. But why not make the journey to the north and northwest of New York City, where totality would be experienced, a very rare event? Any total eclipse or eclipse that's over 4 minutes is exceptional, particularly total eclipses. And at this eclipse, some 5.5%. That is, the moon will be some 5.5% larger than normal at perigee. We'll talk a little bit more about the details of this particular eclipse, which for many in the New York City area will simply be a 91% eclipse. Why not again journey to the north and northwest to these particular cities? Totality will be experienced in Buffalo, New York, at 3:20 p.m. You would get to see, with clear skies, with the sun 45 degrees high, a total solar eclipse of 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Rochester, New York, is also in the eclipse path, experiencing 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Syracuse, New York, as it's near the edge of the totality line, experiences a little more than 2 minutes. And Watertown, New York, right off the lake, will experience some 3 minutes and 37 seconds of totality with hopeful clear skies. Simply traveling north from New York City to Plattsburgh, New York, you'll be deep within the shadow of the moon at 3:29 p.m., where 3 minutes and 30 seconds you would experience totality, a rare event in astronomy. And now back to eclipses. This particular eclipse, identified as a partial and total solar eclipse, is part of a Saros cycle. A Saros cycle is repetitive eclipses that happen over a period of 18 years and some change. This particular Saros with this eclipse is from Saros cycle 139. It has 71 eclipses, and this eclipse is number 30 of the total of 71. It began in the year 1501 AD, and the last of those eclipses will take place in the year 2763. If you missed this particular eclipse, I'm talking about our fans who journey into totality in upstate New York and areas up in the areas of Vermont and New Hampshire. The next total solar eclipse in the United States that could be seen will occur on August the 12th of 2045. That eclipse will scan itself with the dark of the moon from California, sweeping across the central part of the United States and moving off the coast of Florida. That eclipse is incredible. It will have a totality that lasts 6 minutes and 6 seconds, best seen off the coast of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and over by Nassau in the Bahamas. To learn so much more about all these great events from the realms of astronomy, space, aviation, and weather, we thank you for listening to the Dr. Sky podcast here on Talk Radio 77 WABC. Simply the crown jewel of radio, the iconic 77 Talk Radio, WABC, beaming out of New York City, the nation, the world, and I'm sure the cosmos. If you have questions or comments about this particular eclipse, email me at drsky, that's DRSKY show, drskyshow@gmail.com. And don't forget to join us every Sunday morning with owner and operator John Katsimatidis on the very popular national radio show, The Cats Roundtable, and every other Wednesday morning at 1 a.m. Eastern Time with Frank Morano on the other side of midnight, when we transform the radio show magically into what we call Cosmic Conversations with me, Dr. Sky. Dr. Sky reminds you what? Always remember to keep your eyes to the skies, your feet on the ground, and I'm your navigator on this highway to the heavens that has no tolls, So sit back and enjoy the ride, and particularly the great event called the Partial and Total Solar Eclipse that occurs in America on April 8th, 2024. We'll talk more about solar glasses and the need for those and other safety recommendations for people of all ages. Clear skies.